Hello and welcome to Lisey Designs. Today I'm going to show you how to make my latest design, which is called, what have I called it? I've called it the Clio Bow purse, and it comes with a 3D bow. The ribbon is stitched into the vinyl. It comes with a strap, which is not a long one, but it's you can do that. You can do that if you want to, like that, or it's absolutely perfect for a child. So it is joined together with a join there, and this is made, this and the whole bag apart from the bow is made in one hoop, which is a 8x12 hoop, and this is made in a either 4x4 hoop. I've done one in a 4x4 hoop, the bow, or I've done 4 in a 5x7 hoop, and I have stitched that out somewhere. Where is it? 1 second. There it is. So I've stitched that out already. There you go. So yeah, you get 4 in a 5x7 hoop or 1 in a 4x4 hoop, so it's entirely up to you. Because I've got quite a few orders for these already, I'm making 4 at a time, in red, and then I'll do green, and then I'll do gold or whatever. But at the moment I've got red and green. So I'm using a gold vinyl on the top. I'm using red for my bow. On this one I've got gold on the back as well of my bow. So this one has got red and red. That one's going to have gold on the inside and red on the outside. And it's got a twist clasp, and it's got red on the inside. So the stitching down for the bow will show on here, so match your thread to your lining colour. And it also has a little zip purse inside. So yeah, these are really sweet. So I'm going to show you how to make it now. I've done my bows. The bows are really simple. You literally hoop your stabiliser, which is a medium weight tearaway stabiliser, that will do, and you put your you stitch the outline of the bow onto the stabiliser, then place your vinyl on the top and your lining underneath, and then stitch out the bow outline. And then the bow is made by these two bits folding underneath and meeting in the middle, and then they'll get stitched onto the bag. So I've just stitched out the outline onto my stabiliser for the entire bag, and it shows you where everything needs to go. You're going to need to use a zip. The zip that you need to use, the gap is just under 4 inches, so I recommend probably using about a 6-inch zip so that you can miss the metal parts of the nylon zip. It needs to be a nylon zip so that the embroidery machine will go over it. And we will be adding a zip upside down because that's going to be the inside of the purse. So I think my zip's about a 7-inch because I haven't got any 6 inches, so I'll be cutting the bit that I don't use, I'll be cutting that off. And the purse will be lined, so we will add the zip first, and then no, we won't add the zip first. We put the vinyl on first, and we stitch out the bow ribbon onto the vinyl. Then we lift the vinyl up and then stitch out the zip, and when the zip is stitched on, then we put the vinyl back over and we put the line in, and then we stitch it all together. So it's really simple. So I'm going to show you how to make it now, and we're going to go from there. Okay, so I'm going to take the camera down and you can watch how I make it. Okay, so hopefully you can see that the entire purse, Clio purse outline is stitched onto this side. You've got 2 enforcers up there, that's for your bag strap, and these are your 2 bag straps. So it's all done in one hoop. So I'm going to put my top vinyl, which I want my purse to be gold, so I'm going to put gold on the top, and I'm going to add a little bit of, just so it doesn't move when I'm stitching out this ribbon. Make sure that everything is covered. Yep, perfect. Right, so I'm going to stitch out the bow. These are just the two tails of the ribbon. While it's doing that, I'm going to cut out one of these bows. I've skipped through and just let the machine stitch out the rest of the bow. So now we're going to add the zip. So now that this is added to the vinyl, we need to move the vinyl out of the way so that we can add the zip underneath it. So we're going to pull the vinyl back, keep that out of the way, and we're going to add the zip. Zippy zip zip. At the moment I'm just using a plain red, a plain white normal bobbin. So we need to open up the zip and make sure that the zipper pull is facing up so I can see it. It will just be easier to move when the machine gets close. So my machine has got this part here which sticks out, so it's fine going past the zip. When it comes underneath the zip, this bit here is liable to catch, so I slow the machine down and then move the zip out of the way, which is why I need this pull out of the way. Easy to easy to move. Right, so I need my tape. You'll see also that the this part of the design only does this, this and this. It doesn't go back up again. It leaves it open. There is a reason why I left it open. I can't remember it right now. It's too early in the morning. I've literally got up and I thought, right, I'll make this YouTube, get this bit out of the way, and then I can carry on with the rest of the design. Right, so I'm going to stitch this part of the zip down now. I'm still holding the end. Now I've got to stop the machine and move this out of the way, so I'm going to lift up this part here and I'm going to push my zip down with my finger. There we go. And then let it stitch the rest of the design out. I'm still holding it because the machine is going to go over the top of the zip. Now I'm going to put a little bit of tape over the top of the zip just to keep it exactly there, because that's where I want it to go, like that. Okay, so now I need to add the lining and change the bobbin over to a gold, because I'm going to do the stitching gold on the top and gold underneath, and I'm going to use red vinyl underneath in the lining. Okay, so turn your hoop over and place your backing vinyl, which is just plain red, the same red that I've used on the bow. Place that back onto the machine carefully. You can add a little bit of tape if you want to, just to make sure that it doesn't move. And then you need to stitch the zip down again. Be careful with this part of the zip, because the zip is now it's stitched down. We need to make sure that this part of the needle doesn't touch this part of the zip. So I'm going to move this zip up a little bit. Oh, I just remembered. Before we do that, we need to cut the back of the zip off. See me? Right. Okay, we need to cut the back of that zip. So I'm not going to take it off completely. I'm just going to give myself a couple of score lines. Just going to cut the top and cut the bottom, because I found that this makes a much neater, it's easier to remove. The zip stabiliser of the back of the zip is easier to remove if you do that. Just cut the top and the bottom. So apologies for not remembering to do that, but I just remembered now. Some of the designs that I do, I make up as I go along, I'm sure I do. Right, so place your hoop back onto your machine. I can make it up as I go along anyway, I'm the designer. Hee hee. Right, let's move that out of the way. And then keep an eye on the machine to make sure that the zip does not bang into your needle. So let's stitch this down. Move that out of the way. That's it, it's out of the way now. Move my finger out of the way too. Now we're going to add the lining. The lining for the back of the purse. I'm going to move this right up here. It's easier up here. So I'm going to push the zip so it's right out of the way, and we're going to add a little bit of lining fabric. Where's my lining fabric gone? So I'll put the measurements for this bit of fabric in the PDF, so you can follow along on the PDF. So because we want this to go this way, but we don't want the seam, we have to turn the fabric upside down and lay it along the bottom of the zip, like so, and then stitch that down. And then after we've stitched that down, we need to pull the fabric down. Pull the fabric down, but don't pull it down really tight, because it's going to sew that same line again. So just push the fabric up a little bit and it'll give you a really nice folded edge. I'm going to put a little bit of tape on that just so I can keep my hands out of the way and you can see what it's doing. Put a bit of tape on that bit. Hold that down. Just moved that fabric then, haven't I? There we are. So now you can see what it's doing. It's going to go over the same line again. Then we need to add the other side of the lining of the purse. So I'm going to remove that tape that I've just added because I really don't need it on there. And we're going to add a piece of fabric to go over the whole of this square here, this square here. It goes up over the zip and back down again. So again, I will put the measurements in the PDF of the exact size that you need. And we put this one face down so that they both face each other. They look at each other, sit on top like so. And then I'm going to stitch this down. Oh, put the hoop back in. Gone over the zip now. So the next step will be remove all of this excess and cut the zips off as well. So now the zip is encased in the purse. Remove the hoop from the machine and just remove all of the excess fabric because you don't need to leave it in there, including the zip. Cut that off as well. Don't need any of this. Now that that's all done, we need to put the this top vinyl over here. We need to be aware that the zip is right there, so it shouldn't catch, it won't catch, but just make sure that your zip is not right in the middle there. What I'll do is I'm going to cut this out now so that this zip is sitting a little bit better. So let's cut this out now. And it won't sit as proud on top, it will sit lower. And let's get rid of this now. And this will expose my zip and the stabiliser. Keep getting caught on that. There's my stabiliser, right there. There. I'm cutting them both out at the same time. all of these little tails, trim them off. You don't need them. So that's the inside of the purse, and there's your lining in there. Okay, so now we're going to stitch the rest of the purse. Make sure that your lining is not all buckled underneath. It's fine. I've got the right colour. I've got the right colour bobbin in because I'm putting red on gold and gold on red. So now we're going to stitch the whole thing together. The whole thing out, I mean, sorry. Just trying to get these little bulges out because I didn't spray it or anything. Once the purse is together, you won't see these, but right now you can. Just keep mind your fingers. Going to start doing the lines. That's your little guide for your bag twist lock.